I'm Bob Cobb from the Bassmasters, and this is LD and the MC.
Well, as the amazing Mr. Bob Cobb has told you once again, you have arrived at LD
and the MC.
Number 20, David.
Number 20.
2-0, baby. Gary Payton.
I feel like you did research. I feel like you came in ready.
No, I didn't. I was watching the NBA All-Star game with my kids this weekend, and Gary Payton. Seattle Supersonics.
Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders.
Oh,
I believe Barry Sanders is
that's a better
number,
one.
that's my favorite number 20. I mean, I'm going to go with it.
That's
Eddie Belfour. Do you know who Eddie Belfour is?
I don't.
Goaltender, hockey. Eddie the Eagle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie the Eagle. I like that. I like that part of it.
You like the Eddie the Eagle?
I like the Eddie the Eagle part. Yeah. Sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah, the Eddie the Eagle, the skier. Remember that dude? I loved him growing up. I mean, do you remember Eddie the Eagle, the great English ski jumper? He was kind of like he was England's Jamaican bobsled team, basically.
Okay. What
they made a movie.
What was the name of the little skiing squirrel? The little guy.
I don't know. But I know what my mom's basement moment's going to be. These guys take forever talking about bull crap and don't jump right into mom's basement moment.
Absolutely.
So go.
I'm going to go to mom's basement moment. I was just about to say that this is the reason we get mom's basement comments because we open shows like this. So this one came in, Dave, and I actually texted you this weekend and I said, I've got it.
You were excited.
I've got it. Sometimes the internet just opens up and just brings you a show opener. And this comes from Tim E. Tim, letter E.
Timmy.
That's all he gives us. Timmy. He says, wow. One Chinese bait company shill and a Canadian gonna talk smack about Scott Martin. That would be like comparing Luke Duncan to Scott Martin, or worse, Dave Mercer to the real deal Chris Jones. For the record, I don't even think YouTube provides results for LD and the MC. I'm going to get back to that because that's confusing. The Canadian should stop Woody Woodpecker laughing, which did And then right on cue.
I'm sorry.
I love it. Luke should talk to the mic instead of leaning back and being inaudible. Mercer, I'm going to throw that part of it to you right now. Okay. Tell him why I'm inaudible.
He's number one.
He's not hit the rest of this crowd.
He's not inaudible when he leans back. He's inaudible when he eats his microphone, and I'm perpetually yelling at him. So you say what you want about our show. Say I suck. Say that Chris Jones is 100 times better. And wow, I totally agree. But on top of that, don't you ever tell him to freaking stop backing up from his mic, because it is my plight in life to constantly beg him to not eat his microphone and overmodulate. But hey, everybody's got an opinion, and we never said anything bad about Scott Martin, so I don't know where he got that from.
Not at all.
But I will, I'm sure, in time.
Well, and what's funny is he followed this up with a comment that just said, "Just my opinion," which I feel like people think it's just okay to say whatever as long as you go, "Hey, no offense, no offense, you're a piece of crap." No, just my opinion. Just my opinion. One thing I want to address, the Chinese bait company shill. I guess you're talking about the fact that I talk about 6 cents a lot. And I commented back to this guy and said, dude, you would be really surprised, I feel like, to understand that everything you buy in life, for the most part, is not manufactured in the United States of America anymore.
Sad. See, now that's a problem with you, Luke Duncan.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. That Chinese virus and them Chinese crankmates, you son of a bitch. So anyways, I had to read that one for you. Not knocking Scott Martin in the least. Scott and I are buddies, been around each other a lot. Great dude with a great family. Freaking post a video. I'll give him a little shout out right now on LD and the MC. Not that he needs our help. His video from days 1 and 2, I hadn't seen day 3, but from Knoxville, the real McCoy, his camera guy, one of the best fishing edits I've ever seen. One of the best fish. I watched it this week. It's phenomenal. It was awesome. So go check that out. Give Scott a sub while you're there. He needs it.
I find it amazing how We get called out for talking bad about people that we don't even talk bad about, and it's just so weird. Like, I mean, if you
And they don't even hear the before the show where we do talk bad about people.
no, but if you're looking for darts to throw at us, it's easy. Like, why do you have to search for like what did we say about Scott Martin? But anyways, who cares? Scott Martin made his first top 10. That was awesome to see, and I think that's kind of what we commented on. But that's it for our mom's basement moment. And we're going to have to look into those YouTube ratings. I mean, or the numbers or whatever.
Numbers, yeah, I don't know.
They are lower than I'd like them to be. Let's bolster the numbers.
Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. So Tim E can
Timmy.
So from one guy making a top 10, there's Scotty, too hottie, to a guy coming from 10th place to win the Bassmaster Open. You see what I did there? Did you like that?
I don't
Pro stuff, buddy.
That was very, very good. Very good. But what wasn't good is your bull crap on LBL. I mean, number one, I mean, I will admit that the first time I seen Keith Tuma make the charge, I mean, know me. You know me. I mean, I just want a fun name to say. And Tuma is going to be so much fun to say.
Do it.
But
do it.
Tuma is a lot different than what you said. I mean, I did think of the Schwarzenegger thing, but I am the king of cheese, king of fromage, but I would not stoop that low to say that to him.
Sure, you wouldn't.
No, I'm like, what? I have standards. I mean, I'm no Chris Jones, evidently, but
wow, you're not.
I'm not. As he said, but dude, I mean, an incredible performance, biggest bag of the tournament, I think 26 pounds, 2 ounces on this final day.
It's a good day to catch it.
Wow. You know, and it's incredible. I mean, a great performance and a fun name to say. But yeah, I mean,
go ahead, do it.
I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I'm not doing it because you said I'd do it. So I'll never do it. You ruined it.
Keith Tuma. You're going to do it.
Yeah, but that's.
You're going to do it.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say Tuma.
That's pretty good too.
That's better, right?
It would kind of be like what I said.
No,
be like what I said, and you won't give me any credit. That's fine.
Do you realize how sick of that he probably is? Like, do you realize how if your name is Tuma?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Keith. It's
kind of like me, Luke. Everybody that comes up to you that says, "Hey, Luke, I am your father," they always think they're the first person. You're like, "Yeah." 37 years of that, man. Yeah, awesome. I was born the year Star Wars came out. Cool. Glad we could do this. So Keith Tuma probably gets tired of that. Dude, while I was perusing through the bassmaster.com website, I had an idea for a topic. I want to throw it at you. Everyone, FLW does a really good job with this. They always have. Bass does a really good job with this. But these top 10 bait slideshows.
Yes.
Got me thinking. Very popular, and I look at every one of them. I don't care if it's a college event federation, all the way BF. Like, I look at them. I'm fascinated by people's, all their setups and things. But I got to think, because pro fishing, you know how it is a business. It's a business for some, obviously. Dave Mercer, you live in the tournament realm. Do you think pro fishermen are honest all the time in those top 10 baits? And what I mean by that is, do you think that if John Doe, I won't say any names because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, he knows that those Bassmaster photographers are going to be in that boat that morning, maybe shines up his sponsor bait that he's not using and says, "Oh, of course, I'm using this." How much of that goes on? We want to know. Comment below also what y'all think, but I want to get it from the MC himself.
I think that goes on a lot less than people would think.
Okay.
Now, I would say that answer has changed drastically over the last, 5 years. Since live started, really, it's been an evolution. We've talked about that, and I don't think it was just for the anglers, but I think the bait companies too. I think there was some bait companies held in check where before, when you're not watching everything that happens, it's easy to say, "Well, why didn't you throw the?" Whatever, you know what I mean? And when you can actually see it all go down and you see the yellow, you know what I mean? Bait companies have had to fill some of the gaps in their holes. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Gap, whatever I was trying to, but put a little cock in the hole. Oh, it's all getting worse. It's all getting worse. I mean, I'm just saying the gap. They had a little, you know, and it
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the last LD in the MC.
What? That's what's going to ruin us? That?
Maybe. The old cock in the hole.
Hey, cock's one of the most important things you have. You don't have good cock in your house, and it'll be drafty, I'll tell you.
I just don't know what we're doing anymore.
It's true fact, my friend. I mean, drafty windows.
Well, you Canadians, and you're cold.
So what I'm saying is, in the past, there was times that I think anglers did tell little fibs, you know, and I think that it still happens today, but to a much lesser degree, because I mean, you just look like an idiot, because we also live in a world where everybody wants to check everyone. I mean, just like we didn't say anything bad about Scott Martin, but somebody's on here saying, hey, you said something about Scott Martin that I didn't think was positive. And, you know, so people are always checking you. So what I mean is, if you go out there and you whoop them for friggin' 4 days on a flatworm, and then you hold up a picture of something else, the fans are going to light you up. So I think that even now, if somebody is to slide in a bait that wasn't their primary, it's amongst the ones that were working. And I think, you know, the writers try to keep them pretty locked down. I know Craig Lamb and those guys, they're covering the event. So they, you know, at the bass end, I know Craig Lamb and Andy Crawford shoot. Andy Crawford shoots it, Craig Lamb writes it, and they spend a lot of time making sure that they have the right information. So I think my answer is, I would say it's 95% legit.
Okay.
I think.
Humpers. I want to know.
What do you think?
I'm 50-50 on it, I think. I'm 50-50 on it. And I think that in that 50,
how can you be 50? You're 50% of them are right? Is that what you're saying?
I think as far as brand is concerned, yeah.
You think 50% of the baits in the top 10 are a lie?
Not a lie. I think the technique and I think the style of bait is dead on. But I think that if you're holding up a Yum Dinger because you're sponsored by Yum and you caught every one of them on a Gary Yamamoto Cinco, that kind of stuff happens. I know it happens. It does happen. And it happens for good reason, right? Like I understand why people do it. Do I think it happens less now? Absolutely. Happens less now than it's ever happened. And to your point, it's because of filling those holes, baby. It's because those bait companies are, and the bait companies are more lax about it now, I think. They understand that guys have to use whatever tools they have to use. But I still think as a sponsored angler, you have this inherent sense that you need to always represent. And if you get that chance, those top 10s are so damn hard to come by unless you're freaking Patrick Walters, who makes one all the time, or Greg Hackney now. You've got to, that's your time to shine, and it's your time to expose, you know. Okay. One other quick thing in this. So it's like you said, even if it's not what they're catching on, they might throw something else in there. I think when you see the bundle of rods, you got the 6 rods, and they make sure they get in there. Oh, yeah, I caught them on the firecracker, blah, blah, blah. And you know that they never threw it all week.
I found them on this one.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't bite it in the tournament.
I didn't wait. None of my way fish came off of this. I called them all out, but I damn sure threw Ricky Don's hey, code dunk 10 to get 10% off at Ricky Don. You know, I think that definitely happens, man. But I think that fishermen are more honest now than they ever have been.
I mean, there's so many examples of it too, though. Look, you look at I mean, look last year when the biggest smallmouth ever weighed in a Bassmaster competition. Do you know who weighed that smallmouth in, Luke Duncan? Do you remember?
Mueller.
Good. I see. I'm trying. I know it's a big week for you.
So I remember.
It's a big week for you, so I'm testing you on stuff.
It's a big week.
We'll talk about that later. But he caught the biggest smallmouth ever. That wasn't a sponsored bait, and he was honest about it. I mean, you see a lot of times, and I think that it's also changed the deals that anglers do. You know what I mean? Anglers are forced now when Johnny's Bait Shop rolls up or what and I'm sure there's a great Johnny's Bait Shop out there. You should definitely visit it. But when
Johnny is definitely commenting.
whoever, when you get that subpar product and you're offered some money, you don't see a lot of pros taking those deals as much as they used to. You know what I mean? Because they need to have the right product and there's eyes on them at all hours. So I think that yes, all the anglers I hang out with are truth tellers, but evidently Luke Duncan thinks you're all liars. Let me know what you guys think.
Let us know in the comments. Well, you have some breaking news.
I do.
I think we're a day late on it, but you have some breaking news, and I think you should throw it out to the world.
Yeah, well, obviously Orange, Texas, the world knows now that has been moved back to its original date in April. So that's exciting for me because, I don't need another reason to sweat.
Yes.
And I was going to get one down there in the middle of summer. So yeah, excited that Orange, Texas is back in April, and that'll be fun to be there, not in August or whenever it was going to be.
I feel like you would have to burn your clothes after that. Just don't even bring them home. Don't even bring them home. Just set them on fire. Just sweat. Just set them on fire.
I don't feel like they'd go on fire. I feel like it'd be one of those situations where they just
bring them out. Yeah, I'm with that, dude. This carousel we're on right now. We had Red Crest, and then they moved it to Eufaula, and we moved the Classic. We had it's been a crazy first few months of the year.
For those of us that have been working them, but now you've been living this cushy low life for life. Now you got to stand up and it's time for Luke Duncan to go to work.
It's time to fly, buddy.
NPFL. The Bassmaster event got moved, but this NPFL event is full steam ahead. Talk to me about it. How are you feeling? First of all, you're not just I started my gig. First day of the job was at the Classic. That's a lot of pressure and everything.
Oh gosh, I can't imagine.
But this is maybe not the same pressure, but a different pressure. You guys it's an entire company, and the entire company's going to see, three main faces, and you're one of them. Talk to me, what's going through your mind?
I don't know, man. I woke up this morning. I leave today. We're recording this, of course, a day early because I'll be broadcasting. But it's I don't know. It's a nervous excitement, and it's just there's so many unknowns, man. There's so many unknowns, and as far as we're doing 7 hours of coverage a day, like you guys do, that's a lot. I remember when you guys went from doing a couple to that, and just talking to guys like you and Zona, and being like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I've done FLW Live during the BFL All-American 3 days. Those 6 to 7 hours, dude, it's a lot of time. And in that situation, I was just kind of the guy at the desk, right? And my role with NPFL, I'm driving the bus, so to speak. I will be, kind of
Dudley's the color guy.
Yeah, that's right. Dudley's
the Tommy Sanders.
I'm the Tommy Sanders, and
good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll both be adding things in. But it is a nervous excitement, and to just see where it's going to go, see how our anglers are, see how they respond on camera, see how they respond on the lake, how they catch them. I don't know, man. It's just there's so many variables, and because look. The fishing world doesn't know a lot of these guys yet. They just don't. I'm fortunate enough to know about half the field. I know a lot of the guys from various tournament things, but I'm anxious to, and I'm so excited to be at Eufaula because I actually get to be there. Originally, we were going to be in a studio, but we're going to broadcast from the lake. So I will be there. So I'll be at the weigh-ins. I'll get to talk to the guys when they come off stage. And dude, that's the emotions.
Important.
That's important. And you talk about it. You're there. You see guys crying in that line. You see the frustration. You see the excitement. But to be a part of those emotions, I think for me is going to make it that much better because you do feel like you're working on something, right? Together as a group, because it's a new tournament trail that's been heavily doubted. It has been by me when they first announced it 2 years ago. I've said this publicly a lot. So I think waking up today, it's real. These guys, they pulled this off from an idea to the damn tournament starts in 2 days, right? And we're going to have live coverage, but man, it's going to be a lot of, I ask you to give me patience this week because it's going to be a lot of figuring it out on the fly, basically, because production cut, like this is all of our first time anglers. Like this is a new deal. We're trying some different things, and I can promise you for my part, it'll be like everything else I do. I'll be as transparent, and I'll tell you if I think
what are you trying different? Give us a little sneak peek. Can you give us something? I bring a little nugget here and there from the Bass Angler Sportsman Society.
You do. I just think that, first of all, what I think is different, we don't have a cut. We don't have a cut line.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Saturday is literally
Saturday's the day to watch. There's
going
to be a lot of drama on Saturdays, I think, potentially. But yeah.
You need to use that for your open. Some tournaments have cuts. In this tournament, you can get cut.
I'm the captain now. The Jack Sparrow cut. Jack Sparrow cut guy. Look, the guy coming in on the leader. Here we go. But that makes it, and I think you would agree with this, that makes it difficult from a coverage standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm all for the cut because I think I'm all for everybody getting to fish because how many days as anglers have we said, dude, if I just had one more day? You're that guy in 60th, you didn't get paid. You're like, man, if I just have one more day, they were coming to me or whatever. Maybe you get to bump up and get a check and points and, get out of there with that good mindset going into the second tournament. So I think that's good, but it does lend itself to, confrontations and different things, and it makes the coverage difficult. So I think you would definitely agree with me on that. But it also, think about this, and this is something that I think MLF does a good job of. Those cut lines are intense to watch. That bottom guy, because the top guy, maybe he's blowing it out. Think about Gussie. You got Gussie. It's over. It's over. They showed John Cruz running down. You know what I'm saying? Like you struggle to. It's like the rest of the tournament's tough. Gussie blows out. What do you do? But we have 10 cameras. We'll have 11 with a roaming camera. Have Fat Cat out on the water. But think about, dude, you can go to the guy that's fighting for a check. Maybe you drop down there. Like it opens up coverage opportunities to get that emotion from the guy. No, he's not fixing to win that first trophy. No, he's not fixing to win the 50K. But maybe he was 80th the first day, and then he jumped up to 60th, and then that last day he's got a chance to get a check. Like I think that storyline is always the story that doesn't get told as much. I feel like so I'm excited about that part of it for sure. Telling all these guys.
So confusing to me. We're telling the stories that nobody tells.
Dude, listen, it's like writing a song that's never been written. All the stories have been told. It's fishing. You just gotta.
I'm excited to see.
It's just about the people. It's just about the people, though. You know that better than anybody. It's about the anglers that put their life on the line, that have their own unique stories. Our job is to tell that, right? And that's what I hope comes across this week is that we have great stories, great storylines within the tournament, great storylines with our anglers, and that we get to tell it to the world, like the fishing world. I hope that's the case.
I'm excited to watch it just because it's more pro fishing. It's another opportunity for people, and I'm excited to see what you guys do, coverage wise. And I'm excited for you. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see my buddy in this big week, and I'm going to give you some advice, dude. Here's the only, because people gave me lots of advice and different crap, and none of it, like most of the advice was don't F up. Really, that is honestly.
That was Zona's advice to me.
Yeah, that's a long-standing me, Zona, Kevin. That's literally what we call each other and tell each other before. Kevin got inducted in the Hall of Fame. I hugged him, and that's exactly what I said to him in his ear. I mean, that's our advice to each other. And that is the advice that I'll probably text you right before you start. Thanks for ruining it.
Please do.
But I will tell you, man, dude, the honest truth is just be yourself. Be, you know what I mean? Like, I think the biggest mistake that people make, and I think everybody makes this. I mean, I remember when I first started doing stuff on television or whatever, everybody tries to be somebody they're not. You know what I mean? Somebody that they grew up watching, or somebody, be yourself, because that's who you're going to be. And if that bombs, you know what I mean? Because trust me,
you gotta own it. Yeah.
Me being me bombs a lot. But I learned a long time ago that, I'd rather bomb being me than bomb pretending to be somebody else. You know what I mean?
That's me.
And when you're being real and you're putting it out there, generally people respond pretty good. So I think which you guys are going to bring a very interesting
It's gonna
fold
be
to it.
interesting.
Really, I do.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's going to be a very. I mean, Dudley is great to listen to. Fat Cat's awesome. You know what I mean? I really think that you guys take Fat Cat's the one. I mean, I want to see how Fat Cat. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like can't always be boom goes the dynamite, and he knows
That's
that. And but I know that he. Here's the thing I know about Fat Cat. Fat Cat's like me. He's an idiot who loves this sport. He loves this sport so much
Absolutely.
so that he is passionate enough to freaking take his shirt off and high kick and do ridiculous things to get noticed. Now, you can look at that in one way, but here's the honest truth. He loved it enough to do that. And when you really think about that, everybody watching this, you know, people can say, oh, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, you wouldn't. Because probably you don't want it bad enough. Probably
right.
you don't love it as much as he does. And anybody with that kind of love and passion, he'll be fine. You know what I mean?
He's gonna kill it, man.
Great,
He's gonna kill
great.
it.
And Dudley though, you got to watch. I mean, his tongue will get you in trouble. He'll say some crap. I mean,
Dudley and I, as a combo at a desk together, could be a highlight reel at some point. Dudley and I go way back, and he is very much like me, and he's not afraid to just kind of say what he thinks. I just hope that he doesn't go, why is this idiot doing this? Because he's very much, like, you know.
But that's what I want him to do, though.
Absolutely, that's what I want to. I do that.
That's what I want Dudley to be Dudley. Like if I tune in.
Right.
And you sound like Tommy, like I'll be like, what the heck is he? You know what I mean? Like,
welcome to the National Professional Fishing League. That was a very bad Tommy Sanders.
Hey, now give me your open. Let's hear your open. Let's hear it.
No,
just try.
I don't
it
have
right
one yet.
Okay, well, let's do it together.
Dude, I gotta do. Okay, what do you think my open should
we're coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, friends and neighbors, to the National Professional Fishing League's inaugural event at Lake Eufaula. Dave Mercer is not here because he's not qualified, frankly.
You were going to say my name in the first 2 sentences? Yes.
I hope so. I hope so.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. You just got me thinking, like, I don't even have an open yet. I don't have an open. I hadn't worked on that at all. Yeah, probably got to get that before. I don't know. You know, I need a catchphrase. Give me a catchphrase, Dave. You're a good catchphrase guy. Give me a catchphrase. I'm like, you know, something I can just like go into breaks. And
I have no idea what
give me one. Give me one. Give me a suggestion. You guys put in the comments. Give me in the comments.
You should say boom,
hey.
And then Dudley should say, goes the dynamite.
Dude, we can't steal from Fat Cat.
Why?
What if we go like this?
Why not steal from your
boom?
friends?
And Dudley goes shakalaka, like we do.
Bring it. I'd love it. I would love that.
I would love the comments on there. Oh my God, look at these guys ripping off Mercer. That would make me so happy. I think I'm just going to.
I think you'd be shocked at how few would defend me.
I think that I'm going to do some stuff like, well, it's the replay of the day of the week. The day. I think I'm gonna do some stuff like that. Just slide it in there. Stand down. I think I might do some stuff like that. Stand down.
Oh boy. Bless your heart. I mean, bless your heart. Which is our next topic? Because that is a simple thing I just said to you. Bless your heart. And in my country, my home and native land of Canada, which be clear, I mean, I say this all the time. The 2 greatest countries in the world, in my opinion, are, of course, Canada and America. And I am lucky to live in one and work in the other. It is incredible. 2 great countries, but 2 great countries that have weird, tiny differences. And in my country, if I say to you, somebody, oh, look at that person, bless their heart. You know, I'm saying that about look at that girl who just help that old lady walk across the street. Bless her heart. You know, or that little boy just, you know, he went and shoveled the elderly neighbor's driveway. Bless his heart. What does that mean in the South, Luke Duncan? Because I found out it meant something very different.
Very visceral. It has this you know, the South has this lore behind it, and you know, you're like, oh, just come down south, the Southern charm. Come on down to the South, you know. But dude, it's my mom had a saying, and it's very widespread, you know, in the South, is kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness, honey. You know, and I think that's what you get with it. Oh, bless your heart. It is very, very much like, hey, walk into traffic. It is, and dude, it's anything from little old ladies to folks like myself. I'll slide it in there. Somebody gives me a good one on YouTube, I'll say, bless your heart. Bless your heart. And it is very much kind of like just a little pat on the head, just a little passive aggressive, little Southern charm, little Southern dagger coming at you. I bet Overstreet would have a great bless your heart story. He's probably used that before and heard it used in an insulting way very, 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 very many times in his life. How did you find out? Did you see me say that, or did you have somebody like that in Knoxville say, "Oh, Mercer, bless your heart," and you knew, you just saw it in their eyes that they were like, "Get this Canadian out of here"? Was it something?
It came up. I mean, I said it, and somebody, I was like, well, what is the problem with saying "bless your heart"? You know what I mean? I just didn't. To me, it shocked me because it's like it's like your whole life you hear "thank you" is a good term, and then somebody says, "Well, do you know thank you actually means you?" I mean, what? All this time I've been saying thank you, and dude, I've got the strangest.
The red phone.
No. This is the strangest thing that's going to happen here live, potentially here in a second. But we'll just keep on talking around, and I'll explain it after it happens. But I may have a visitor joining me here in the room. Here, I got a text. Dude, it is the most bizarre, weird situation ever.
Bless your heart.
We'll see if it develops. We'll see if it develops.
Bless your heart.
We will see if it develops.
That's my Ron Burgundy, bless your heart. It goes both ways. In the South, I will say there are these sentimental, sincere, bless your hearters out there. But then there are they're throwing it. They throw those daggers, bless your heart daggers. You hear that a lot. That passive aggressive, bless your heart. I think that that's definitely a very, very strong insult.
This is no joke what's happening here. This text. So my wife, dude, this is how messed up. I love our countries, but this is how messed up our situation is. Dude, a year ago was the classic. And this is...
Yeah, party down.
Dude, I'm getting texts. There is a police officer at my house right now, no joke, because they're making sure I'm home because I'm in freaking quarantine. Dude, shit. Dude, I just said to my wife, I said, send him in. She said, there's a police officer. He needs to see you're on the premises. So I'm going to open the door. Is that okay that he can see you? And I said, sure, tell him to come in, but we are live.
Sure. Just looking for Dave. Okay. Is he here?
He's here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the shop.
Okay. It's a COVID check, so RCMP sends it to us. It'll take.
Can you hear him?
I literally just need to see him to know he's here, and that's it.
She said, he's okay to hear you. So evidently they were outside of our door. He's good, just left. So dude, like this is the world we're living in. Like it's messed up. And dude, I haven't talked about this. Look, I'm sweating now. That's how mad I just got.
What? Listen, we're keeping Mercer in a cage. We're canceling damn Dr. Seuss. The Muppets are racist.
We haven't got on that topic, dude. But this is really happening while we're recording. Like, dude,
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
made up. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, where are we at right now? Like, you told me the trouble you had getting back into the country.
It's embarrassing, dude. Like, it really, the amount of money that's being wasted.
Think about, that's
making
what I'm saying.
sure people are staying. Like, dude, I've done the right thing from the start. I've had 27 friggin' COVID tests. Like, this is the second dude that showed up to make. It's really.
And it's a police officer.
Evidently, according to my wife's text, this time it was. Yeah, the last time it was a Health Canada official, which I don't know what a Health Canada official does when there's no COVID. But we're wasting way too much money on this bull crap. Like it's so stupid. It has become so over-policed and so overdone. And I know this sounds ridiculous. Like that's the thing that blows me away. And that's kind of why I said, come on in. I mean, I kind of wish I didn't say we were live. I should have said, come on in.
That would have been fantastic.
I don't know if we would have been allowed to use it. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't feel like that.
But dude, like, I mean, the fact that they're none of this is stopping this, is what I'm saying. If any of this was making it better, that's cool. But
everybody throwing shit out there to see what sticks, and you got in the States. So you guys are doing that, and in the States, all this, masks are going away. States are opening back up. The numbers are going down. Like, nobody has a plan, and they're making sure you, who've had 47 COVID tests, more than anybody I freaking know, truly. And you told me leaving Knoxville, you're like, I get one on my way back for me and my family's sake. Like, I do that so I don't bring it back to my family. Like, you're going the extra mile that 90% of the people, you're talking to a dude that you had to beg to go get tested. Like, when I had COVID, you're like, hey man, you're an idiot. Truly. And you go the extra mile and they got you on down house arrest. Like, you need an ankle bracelet. You're public enemy number one.
It's ridiculous. It really is. And listen, I'm not whining. Trust me. Don't. I'm not Prince Harry in this. I mean, I am not having an Oprah interview and complaining about my situation. Not that I'm making light of that. I kind of am, but it's just stupid. Like, I mean, you're talking about somebody who has kept the rules, but the rules are ridiculous. We've been dealing with this for a year now.
The rules
and there's nobody working to. I mean, let's freaking carry on. I don't even know why. Like, look how that throws you. Like, I mean, dude, but think about what that feels like. Like, I'm in my house where you've told me I'm supposed to stay to be safe, and now you're knocking on my door to check. Like, what did I do?
How long is the quarantine from, like, what do they tell you, 2 weeks or something?
It was 14 days. So, I mean, I guess but to me, it's...
And not because you had COVID, because you came to the United States.
Oh, because
I came
work
to the United States. Your job.
To work, yeah.
To bring your money back to Canada to then spend it.
To pay taxes in Canada. Like, it's insane. And I know that just me bringing this up is probably going to start a bit of a firestorm in the comments. I'm not trying to get away with anything. Trust me. All the guys that have crossed the border, we are thankful for the opportunity to continue to do our job. We've done everything that they've asked to do, but it's just at some point you're like, this is ridiculous. Like,
at some point, a police officer roaming down the halls of your house with your wife's a little much.
Yeah.
I'll say it for you, Dave.
So I had 3 COVID tests during that last trip. I had one before I left. I had one 72 hours in Knoxville, but 72 hours before I came back. I had one when I got back. They gave me 2 take-home tests, dude. Take-home tests that I'm supposed to do via Zoom with some, like, the amount of money that's being spent. Those tests alone are $700 a piece. That's $1,400. I mean, dude, it's just unbelievable the amount of money that's being wasted. And my point isn't that this is little and this is something that we shouldn't be doing. My point is that this is stupid. You're wasting my kids' money at this point because they're never going to recover. Like, if you look at, like, I don't know what crimes have been committed in my little town today, but a dude was just here trying to stop me from committing the crime that our podcast is a crime. Let's move past this. Speaking of crimes, I'm not the only thing that is in trouble.
You're canceled.
That cartoons are being canceled. Luke, talk to me and give me a second.
Listen,
what time is it okay to start drinking?
Now. I think
I'm gonna
your house to make sure you're out your house. What happens my question is, before we move on, and I know we're trying to go cartoons getting canceled. This was our topic. It's a very important topic to us, but
we were so good. We were doing good.
It was a great show. But truly, what is the penalty if you're not in your house?
I don't know.
You're at the store. You're like, I didn't do it. Like, you're on Canadian cops. Like, how does that work?
That's why I wanted him to come in. I was going to say, funny,
what's
we
the
are
penalty?
live. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But here's the joke about it. Evidently, your voice can get you out of it. Our world is super locked down.
Wait a second.
But it really has the same security as Kevin McAllister had in Home Alone. Because you can
going to say, buddy, you just Home Aloned it and Ferris Bueller'd it all at the same time. Yeah, I'm in here. Thanks for stopping by. You just need to get a recording. Have Sarah put a little speaker around the corner. You can go do whatever you want to do.
And
come by, just play it.
And let me be clear before we leave this topic, because I know that
this wasn't a topic. I would like to just say this is not a topic.
No, I didn't want to talk about it. It's funny because we actually, before this, we were like, yeah, it's been a year since COVID, since the classic. And
We weren't even going to bring it up.
we're going to bring it up because we don't want people to get negative. And then the cops show up. And this is not, I like the cops. I have nothing against the cops. I mean, I could only imagine how pissed the cop is that I got to go knock on Mercer's door. I mean, I got in this to bust crime.
Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Okay.
Is David home? This is bizarre world, dude.
Dude, how is this even
I
freaking
don't
happening?
know. Like, it train wrecked everything. I'm glad it was captured by video and audio forever, because I don't even know what to say. But I guess we can hit our last topic, and then I'll let you go.
Oh, it's good.
Put on your ankle bracelet.
I'm home. They heard me.
We
as long as I have a recording of me talking incessantly, which would be hard to find. So just play your podcast in your office, and you can go wherever you want, Canada.
Oh me. Holy hell. This is play your podcast. Start a podcast. Canadians.
Just thank God I started a podcast. It turns out that I'm going to.
This really saved your life today. All I'm going to say is Tennessee.
Because I totally would have been out fishing.
Tennessee. Lots of land, lots of freedom, lots of glory, Dave. Think about that. Tennesseans went to Texas. Remember the Alamo. Remember that. Tennesseans are good people, David. And
I love Tennessee.
Just think about the studio we could have. Just think about the possibilities.
You imagine the complex we could build?
I'm telling you. Just think about it, Dave. Just think about it. I'm throwing out there. I speak on behalf of all Southerners. We would love to tell you bless your heart in person as much as we could. Tell that cop that.
That's why I wanted him to come in secretly. I wanted to be like, thank you, officer. Bless your heart.
Ding.
So anyways, cartoons are canceled.
You're so pissed now. This should be a great segment.
It should be. Yeah, cartoons are canceled. Talk to me about it. What got canceled, Luke? It was your topic.
Yeah, it's my talk. Dr. Seuss, first of all, we're canceling.
The Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, we can't. The guy that brought us the Lorax and whatever, we're canceling him. He's done. We removed 4 or 5 books, which in fairness, I haven't read any of those books to know whether they're racist or not. And his family decided to do it. But like, we're digging at this point. The cancel culture is just digging. Like, I'm all for what's right and what's wrong, obviously, but like, we're just digging. Like, think your history. Like, we're just, Pepe Le Pew. Hey.
Pepe Le Pew.
Let's get Pepe out of here. He was chasing that. Well, yeah, we all knew what he was trying to do, right? I acknowledged that when I was like 12 years old, but now you're like, oh, that was bad. Oh, it's bad now? It's bad now?
But also, like, what's the last time? I mean, I had to explain to my kids who Pepe Le Pew was.
Yeah, my kids don't know who Pepe is.
You're bringing up stuff to cancel stuff that I'm pretty sure it's gone. Like, it's not that I think, I just think it's ridiculous, dude. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not
like what the situation you're in right now. It's that deal, dude. It is like, we're just everybody's woke. Everybody's woke. Everybody's upset. Everybody needs a damn thing to be pissed off about on the internet. Oh, what? The Muppets?
Well, those grumpy old guys, I like them.
Oh, I love the Muppets, man. You cannot. Hey, listen to me, cancel coach. You will not take the damn Muppets from me.
But
stay away from Kermit.
Here's what I don't understand. And trust me, I do believe that there is a lot of things. Like, if you look at a lot of things from our past, there's a lot of things that had horrible racial overtones, horrible sexist overtones, horrible, offensive to really anybody. Except for white middle-aged men, basically, I guess.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But
it was their fault. But I also would say that cartoons are also, you're talking about an environment where a guy can paint a black circle on a wall and it becomes a freaking tunnel. Right?
Oh my God, you killed Kenny. Kill one dude on every episode of South Park. Oh my God, every episode.
It's just, most importantly,
we're upset about it.
Yes, just
I'm a guy too, though, that feels like comedy is comedy too, and entertainment is entertainment. No, not anymore. Because, dude, I will listen to, and I know you do as well. A lot of people do stand-up comedians that are just brutal, but I don't think that what that guy is saying is like what he believes. It's an act.
It's a joke.
A joke. It may not be knock knock who's there that you're used to or what you grew up with, but like it is a theme of, it might be dark, it may be whatever, but it's comedy. It's made to laugh at. And if you find it funny, laugh. It's not meant to offend people. Like, it's just now I think there's a difference in that and the shock and awe stuff. I think some people say things comedy wise to just get attention or be offensive, but there are very
or podcasts
but you take a guy like Bill Burr. Think about Bill Burr. Dude, he pisses everybody off. He's an equal opportunity offender because he just thinks everybody's a dummy for how they act in this day and time. He's one of the most popular comedians of our time and a guy that I think will go down on Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedy, but he hits on every subject. And it's funny to watch the groups, the different groups that will follow him around depending on what he talks about this week. Chappelle's a guy like that. The groups. A guy that made fun of how racist everything is, right? God, think about that shit. Think about the Chappelle Show on Comedy Central and how that could never be on the air today. And it was a black man talking about how overtly racist everything was, but making jokes about it. Could never happen today, man. Could never happen.
I think that's what's wrong. I think that
absolutely
it's the problem in babies, the world is people want everything to be real, and it's and that's the whole. Dude, think of every joke, whether it's a knock joke or whatever. There's one element that makes it funny. There's one element that makes you laugh. It's because it goes a different direction. It's because it's shot.
Absolutely, you don't see it.
Yep. It's not. I mean, if I said knock, what would you say?
Who's there?
And if I said me, it's kind of sucks, right? Like it has to be different.
But if you say #me too, it's hilarious.
Oh my gosh! Hey, let me tell you about offending people.
Yes,
in comedy.
I just did.
You did. You offended people, but let me tell you, this winds it back into fishing. I've offended people over the years at different points, and I do stand by that. Oh, yeah. A joke is supposed to shock you. It's supposed to go in a different direction, and really, we should all just laugh at ourselves. You know what I mean? I laugh at half the crap most of the crap that's said about me, and it's. So, anyways, I told a joke at one point that was offensive at a Bassmaster Classic event to some people. I still think the joke was great. I'm not going to rehatch the joke, but it was a funny joke. Those were there.
It was a very funny joke.
So some people got offended anyways. And one particular angler, and it's amazing how we're just, life has justice the way it works out. So this one particular angler like kind of cornered me the next day and was like, man, I'm your biggest fan. I love your jokes and you're this and you're that and but you were just mean yesterday. And I was like, mean? He's like, yeah, joke. I didn't like
now,
that.
This wasn't who the joke. This wasn't
what the joke was
about. Right.
No.
Very important.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I'll hear him out. And I was like, but that's, he's like, you don't have to be offensive. You don't have to be. And I was like, well, okay, I get it. But I said, that's kind of jokes, jokes kind of go that way. They rub you one way or another. And he's like, I'm like, not that I'm saying I'm a great comedian or anything, but if you look at all great comedians, they've offended you with something at some point. And he's like, well, no, there's a lot. Or made you think or took you to a different place. And, he's like, no, there's some clean comedians that are great. He's like, well, I said, well, who would you like me to be more like? I swear to God. Now, this is before any of this news came out. He looked straight in the eye and he said, well,
bring it.
Bill Cosby. Why don't you be more like Bill Cosby? A few years later, I'm sure he's thankful I'm not like Bill Cosby.
We all are, frankly.
Yeah, me too. But anyways, I'm going to paint a circle in my wall here, run through the tunnel, and escape the cops.
This has been one hell of an LD.
And the MC.
See you next week.